One biggest problem is communication, and the parents and the child don't communicate on the same level. And this is not something that happened overnight. It has been over the years. And once you have communication or miscommunication between each person, problems start. In other words, I make certain assumptions of your behavior and vice versa. And because of that adds stress, and then the child becomes defiant to a point sometimes they just don't want to listen to the parents. They never enjoyed communicating with the parents because it's always top down. The parents is always either scolding them, nagging them, etc. And you and I, we don't like to have negativity to us all the time, right? If we are working, if our bosses were like that, why would I want to work in this company? But the child doesn't have a choice because of the parent. And the parent is doing these things, and the child somehow psychologically reacts, okay? Especially sometimes the parents' concentration in Singapore is study. Sit here for an hour and study. But I'm going to help you understand later on that some children can sit for a whole hour, some children cannot. Why? Because they have different personality behaviors. And if you can identify how your child is wired behaviorally, you then be able to understand and maximize the way that they do things and the way you want them to do things by using certain phrases.
Now, you use the word personality. What is personality?
Okay. Personality is developed in three parts. One is the genetic, how the child is born, the genetic makeup of the child. The other one is the influence from the parents, from the guardian, as the child is growing up. Okay, the child will absorb certain things, certain teachings, etc. And the other one would be the environment. The environment the child is in, the school, the friends, etc. Right? I give you a simple analogy. A child coming into the world is just like your mobile phone, out from the box. It has no application at all. You start adding applications to the phone and it becomes the way you want it to be. Same as the child. The child has no apps when it first came out. The parents start to introduce the application. If it's positive, the child grows up to be a positive person. But however, if you keep putting negativity on the child, similarly, the child will become a very negative person. And if you don't neutralize that when they are young, between the ages of 0 to 7 or 1 to 7, that sticks in their subconscious and they will carry that into adulthood. And which is why today a lot of our adults have issues like that, like low self-esteem, fear, anger, unable to be successful in anything they do. Because when they were young, the parents could have told them, you're useless, you're hopeless, why can't you study, why can't you be like a brother, why can't you be like a cousin? And these things stick in the subconscious. And so the child believes it, that I'm not good enough, and grows up with it.
So you're saying that this personality developed actually partly is due to nature.
Nature, yes, genetics.
And then of course nurture.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And whichever is the case, nature or nurture,
Yes.
how does the personality affects them? In what way it affects them?
Okay, so we are all different. You and I are different. Everybody is different. However, we are predictably different. So if we grow up genetically and we are nurtured, it forms a certain behavioral style, a certain communication style. However, if we can pinpoint and understand that particular child's behavioral style, we are then able to tailor our words in terms of communication to suit and speak to the child's personality language. Right now what's happening is that the parents are speaking to the child using maybe one size fits all. So they have 2 or 3 children, right? The first one they bring up this way, and so happen that the child is maybe an obedient child, a makeup of the DIC type that is very compliant. So they say, wow, good. So the second one comes out, the third one comes out, and they use the same, but then, hey, what happened? My second child is very defiant, although I use the same method. And the third one is again different. I don't know what's going on, right? So here I am to help you understand why each child is different and you must handle the child in a different manner. Not one size fits all.
So you're saying that the personality somehow will affect the way they behave.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The way they think.
Yes.
and the way they make decisions and do things.
Yes, and the way they communicate.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is that the parents, through their own past experience
Yes.
from their own parents,
Correct.
they thought that this is the method of parenting.
Exactly.
And they use only this particular method
Yes.
that they received it, and then they impart it
Yes.
to their children.
Correct.
The unfortunate thing is that even every children,
Yep.
though come from the same mother or same
Yep.
mother and father,
Yes.
they're actually all different.
They are different. They
That's
are
the
different.
unfortunate thing.
That's the reality.